you would find that over time, procrastination becomes a cycle. Your brain learns that putting away things leads you to temporary relief. So, it keeps feeding you that urge to delay, right? You're facing a daunting task. Take a moment, relax a bit, hold it off a little. Don't do it immediately. You can do it tomorrow. Put it off for now. That's really what it does. Hi there, welcome to day 17 of your 21 days to transformation. Today, I'm challenging you to get unstuck and start taking action. All right, today I'm challenging you to get unstuck and start taking action. You're just joining us for the first time. Welcome. This is day 17 of a 21-day challenge that I've designed to help you transform any area of your life where you desire improvement, you desire growth, you desire positive change, you desire newness, any area of your life. Now, if this sounds like something that you're interested in, please feel free to start with day 1 and follow along with each day's action steps until today and track on with us till 21. All right. Now, if you haven't yet, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel. My goal here is to inspire, guide, and empower you toward lasting transformation in all areas of your life. All right. You definitely want to be a part of that. Now let's dive into today's focus, getting you unstuck and getting you to finally take action. All right. Now, yesterday we explored ways to clarify our goals and tasks and make it easy for us to take action. But what we also did was identify obstacles, right? Obstacles that might block the progress or our ability to take action. Today, what we are doing primarily is that we are focusing on breaking free from those obstacles. All right, we're focusing on breaking free from those obstacles. Most of the time, what keeps us stuck is procrastination, right? It really doesn't matter what the obstacle you've identified is. What keeps us stuck is procrastination, because what happens when we are faced with those obstacles is that we procrastinate. Now, we know we should act, right? But we delay. Even when we realize that the delay will be detrimental in the long run, we still delay. Now, for a lot of people, there's that struggle to get things started. There's that struggle to dive into an activity you should do. And then, if, for example, it's an activity that has a deadline, you then find out that as the deadline approaches, there's this sudden rush of energy, there's this drive to action, there's this momentum, everything just starts to kick off. You suddenly have all the creativity you didn't used to have from the beginning. You suddenly have all the creativity you didn't have from the beginning. Now, have you ever questioned what's really happening there? Right? What's really happening there? Why do we delay only to feel that sudden rush to act later? Right? Why do we delay only to feel that sudden rush to act later? It's your brain. It's your brain. It's how our brain processes the task and the goal that has given us that response. When you see a task as overwhelming, right, or you see a task as stressful, your brain perceives it as a threat. And so that kicks our stress hormone into action, and then that puts you into fight, flight, or freeze mode, right? Now, for many, they take on the freeze response. Now, at the freeze response, what we are doing literally is that we are avoiding what it is we are supposed to face, all right? So we procrastinate, and then we feel this sense of relief from engaging the task. Now, when you do not engage the task, you then feel relief for not engaging the task. You feel like you've been relieved from something that should have been a burden to you by avoiding the task. Now, what happens is that relief you feel feels good to the brain, right? That relief you feel feels good to the brain, and then it reinforces that idea, that procrastination is a good solution. So you might find yourself running in this cycle because every time there is the stress hormone release because you fear to engage something, or you don't feel fit to engage something, or you're overwhelmed by something, the relief you feel by procrastinating suggests to the brain that was a good solution. So you would find that over time, procrastination becomes a cycle. Your brain learns that putting away things leads you to temporary relief. So, it keeps feeding you that urge to delay, right? You're facing a daunting task. Take a moment, relax a bit, hold it off a little. Don't do it immediately. You can do it tomorrow. Put it off for now. That's really what it does. And so it's just feeding you in a loop there where it disallows you from taking action, but it allows you to feel less of the stress you felt by how your brain has processed the action. But here's the truth, guys. Overcoming this cycle is completely possible. right? I used to be there. Overcoming this cycle is completely possible. And it starts from how you are thinking and how you are feeling. I mean, there are deeper parts to it, like I said, and we'll get there, but it starts from how you're thinking and how you're feeling, specifically how you're thinking about the task at hand, right? I'll share a few strategies that have helped me, and I hope it makes a difference to you too, all right? The first thing that I want you to pay attention to doing is that you begin to visualize the benefits of completing the task. Now, every time you're faced with something and you feel like putting it off, I'll tell you that instead of focusing on the idea that that task is stressful, I want you to imagine what it would look like when you're done with the task. I want you to begin to imagine what it means for you when you're done, right? What it makes you become, how it makes you feel, who else it benefits, right? What it is worth to you when it is over. Now, of course, this will work for tasks that really have an impact on you or a positive impact on you when you're done, all right? Because what happens is that if you're able to visualize positive outcomes of a task, what it does is that it unlocks dopamine for you, right? That's the brain's reward chemical. So when it unlocks that for you, you feel like taking action, right? It makes you feel like taking action. It makes the task look more achievable. It makes it feel more exciting. Now there's a deeper reason why you're trying to do it. All right, there's a deeper reason why you're trying to do it. Now, another thing that I do is that I ensure that I leverage accountability. Now, I don't mess with that. When I have something I know I critically need to get done and I cannot put it off and I cannot allow my normal disposition of wanting to delay because I feel overwhelmed by a task or I feel unready for a task, what I do instantly is that I align people to be accountable to. Right? I align people to be accountable to. I have people checking on me for what I need to do. I have people I'm responsible to for what I need to do. Now, even to creating this 21-day challenge, I have accountability partners for this, right? I have accountability partners for this. You know what? It would have been easier for me to put off a video, right? And say, you know what? Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I wouldn't do it again. Maybe I'll just close it down. Maybe I'll do it next time. It is possible to do that, but I know it is impossible for me to do it once there are people holding me accountable. And so I engage partners that are tracking with me as I progress on this journey. All right, so you want to do that too because it might help you. Now, it takes a level of responsibility to know that I've given my word to this person, I'm going to do this, and then I do it, right? You might want to also check with yourself that your word means something to you because that's important for this one. You might want to check with yourself that your word means something to you. So when you say you're going to do it, when they're checking on you, you're not giving excuses. You are ensuring that you're making a way to get what you said you get done. Another thing I want you to pay attention to, which is something that I did for myself, is to eliminate distractions. Now, procrastination is impulsive, right? It's often impulsive, right? And so what happens is that the distractions that you have around you make it easy for you to give in to procrastination. The moment I want to set myself up from a task, there's something else calling my attention that I want to focus on. Some people in procrastinating, rather than getting their work done, begin to clean their house. Now, you feel like you're doing something productive, but you know that's a distraction. You know that's a distraction. When you're doing the right thing at the wrong time, that's a distraction, right? For some, they can easily switch from doing the task they should do to getting on their phone and doing other things on their phone and remembering that a notification just beeped and then they should check it. Reduce or eradicate distractions. For some, it might just be that their workplace is always cluttered. So, in the face of a daunting task, instead of you to focus on getting the task done, getting that research done, what you're doing is that you're now tidying your table. You're now tidying your table because there is clutter on your table that needs tidying. Guess what? Ensure that every distraction, every possible thing to distract you is taken away from you every time. Place your phone on Do Not Disturb so you don't have notifications. Place your phone away from your workstation if you don't need it critically for your work. Ensure that your table is lined up with just the task you need to do per time rather than cluttering it with multiple things and feeling overwhelmed, right? Make it easy for yourself to focus. Make it easy for yourself to focus. What I do is I set clear times for the different things I need to do such that nothing gets in the way of anything else, right? So make it easy for yourself to focus. Do not continue to think about a task that you have not gotten to its own allotted time. And when you get to the allotted time of a task, Maybe you should let the one that you're not done with go, and then you focus on that. Find a way to make sure that you train yourself to focus so that you can speed up when it comes to taking action at specific allotted times for the tasks that you've allotted time to. All right, eliminate distractions, right? And the next one is the popular one. Break your actions into smaller steps, right? I mean, I'm sure you've heard that again and again. Many times people will not understand how to do it, but overwhelm comes from seeing your task as a massive whole. That's where it comes from. The fact that I see something too massive to engage, right? So you want to break it into smaller steps, into manageable steps. And then you want to, after breaking it into manageable steps, decide a realistic point to start from. It reduces the sense of overwhelm you feel. It lowers your brain's resistance, right? And then what happens is that it increases your chances of getting it started. For example, you want to read a book. Instead of thinking about finishing the entire book, why not think about a page at a time? Why not think about a chapter at a time? Why not think about a portion of the book at a time? Allow yourself see your tasks in little bits. It becomes easier to do. And finally, what I want you to do is address the root cause of your procrastination. I said it's deeper than all the things we've put out as obstacles. It's deeper than that, right? It's deeper than that. You want to take a moment to check out what is really going on with me that's keeping me from acting. At the root of that fear, at the root of that overwhelm, at the root of that feeling of inadequacy is a deeper problem that is disallowing you from acting. I like to consider this iceberg analogy that expresses how humans are, right? What you see on the surface are the actions, decisions, and behaviors that a person is making. What you don't see is their identity, their values, their beliefs, and their skills. You don't see those ones, right? But all the ones you don't see are driving the things you see. Now, all the ones you don't see are driving the things you see. All right, all the ones you don't see are driving the things you see. So what you want to do really is question the quality and the source of the things you don't see. Now, what is the source and the quality of your identity? What is the source of your value and what's the quality of your value? What is the source of your beliefs and what's the quality of your beliefs? What are the source of your skills and the quality of your skills? You want to question those things you don't see that form all the things you see. Because at the root of everyone is an identity defining how they behave. At the root of everyone are value sets defining how they behave. At the root of everyone are belief systems defining how they behave. At the root of everyone are skill sets defining their competence and how they behave. Now, you want to check out what is going on at the root. All right? And so whilst we are blaming fear of judgment, we are blaming fear of failure, we are blaming perfectionism, we are blaming self-doubt, we are blaming poor esteem, what we are not realizing is that at the root, there's something deeper going on. All right, we will take the time to address that as we go on in these 21 days. But what I want you to remember is that taking action is a skill. And the more you practice committing to the process of mastering it, the more natural it becomes for you. There are some people that take action as a natural disposition. Right? And there are others that do not as a natural disposition. Now, people with self-doubt and people with poor self-esteem are more likely not to take action. Now, you want to understand that there is a reason for that. There is the inadequacy felt that makes it tough. Now, you want to come to the place where you begin to build the adequacy by yourself by mastering the skill of action. All right, or mastering the skill of taking action. And then you find out that the more you do it, the more natural it becomes for you. All right, I've said it before that your personality defines your personal reality. But because we have the advantage of neuroplasticity, we can create new patterns in our brain and create a new personality for our dispositions. All right, so you want to work on that. You want to change the way your mind works. You want to change the patterns in your brain so that your brain has a captured pattern of you taking actions and it becomes a natural order for you. All right, I'm definitely rooting for you. And you see, if you'd like further help, I have placed the link to my ebook in the description below. You can get a copy for yourself to help you on this journey to taking action. All right, now thanks for joining me today. If you found this helpful, be sure to like this video. Please feel free to share your experiences in the comments. You can also share this video with someone you know really needs it. Alright, and let's keep the momentum going. Alright, see you tomorrow for day 18 of our journey to transformation.